Hey guys, I've missed you. What a fun week in Book World. Probably the most fun I've had in a long time. You'll see at the end of this video that I did my live reading for Cat Doll. Thank you to the people that came out for that. It was really fun. That'll be the last time y'all hear me speak Southern. But yeah, super fun. Now Rena and I have just started, I would say, the final book in the doll series, but come on now, Erin, be realistic. But started Dolls for Days in Amish country, which is going to bring the sex dolls to Amish country. Yeah, it should be fun. And chapter 1 is now done and in Rena's hands. In other news, I am working on finishing up Otherkin. I may get in contact with the cover designer and see if he'll let me change that out to an E.L. George. I've spent a lot of time doing research this week on Therians and the Otherkin community. While it isn't obviously a true story because I have not met anybody in this community, it's starting to read very much like an E.L. George. So I think I'm going to do that just because it makes more sense there. And I'm also going to do some research into the psychology behind species dysphoria disorder versus I think I'm going to put more of a psych spin on this book as I'm writing it. I've been watching some documentaries. I find that documentaries are really good actually for research when they're well done, and I wonder if you guys use those as well, or not, or what you use. I'd love to hear what you guys use as far as research. I mean, obviously there's good old Google and Dr. Google and all the places, but with me, I don't really use a lot of Google. I tend to either, I use Real Life Muses, of course, but I also will use my psych textbooks. I've been known to do this, gone to a case study book and pulled story ideas out of that, because to me, those things are full of ideas. So yeah, that's what I've been working on is Otherkin, and again, started Amish, Dolls for Days in Amish country. But it's been a fun week. I've had a lot of time to engage more with readers. My freelance job has been on and off, and it's just picked right back up. So the rest of the week is going to be spent writing about air horns and no-tie shoelaces. And you know what? That's okay with me. I'm finding a really good balance between the freelance stuff and the book stuff and the therapy stuff and all the stuff. And it may just be that I have accepted that I'm going to be locked down for the rest of my natural life, and I'm okay with that. It is what it is, and I'm really good at making the best of pretty much any situation, so here I am. So yeah, things are happy in Erin's world. The words are coming a little slower than usual. I would imagine by the time this video goes up, it'll probably be like a 6,000 word week, which is not real. That's not a lot for me, but it's words every day. Some days are 200 words, some days are 2,000 words, and they're slow, like I said, but I'm all right with that. I've been doing a ton of reading as well. If you go in my playlists, I've got a booktube playlist. I did a review on Mexican Gothic. I finished a couple more books as well this week, and I will be putting up reviews on those as time allows. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. I'd love to hear what you guys are working on, what you use for research tools when it isn't all coming from your head. And I think that's about it. Have a great week, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Anyway, tonight what I got is a special reading for y'all of Cat Doll. This here is a special edition of the Dollhouse. Finley, don't make me laugh. This is already hell. I started when I met Cat. I couldn't even do live. Now she's got me doing it in some other language. This is ride or die, y'all. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to jump into reading. You guys can catch up and laugh at me and spread this all over the internet later, as I know only Marin will. And away we go. Hey, Tiff. Kentucky's southern, right, y'all? I feel like it is. I feel like she'd be a gravy type. Alright, here's the book, y'all. As you can see, this is the ARC. I've already got the real book in my cart, actually on the way. But this is the best we got for now. Glossy cover, Cat, if you're here. I'm just going to start reading. Bless my heart. That's right, Tiffany. Cat Doll. Erin Reed. Yeah, I don't know her. Erin Lee. Rena Marin. Marin. Some other way. I won't show all the pictures. Don't worry, y'all. I'm not that bad. But this one I am showing. Dedication for Petunia's biggest fan. You're a doll. Thank you. And that is for real. As you can see, we got a picture of our biggest fan, and away we go. Hi, Diana. I know, you can just block me when we're done. I don't blame you. Here we go. Katrina Cat in the closet. You know what, y'all? I can't do this. I'm already blind. We're going to have to get into our library glasses. Here we go. Katrina. I don't know what it is about these fools. Uneducated, unread, uncivilized. For most of it, I blame Rena. That lazy hussy ran off with her old man with some big dream of a cleaning gig scrubbing toilets in the Smoky Mountains. She'll be back. They always come back. Same way Erin did, but that ain't the point exactly. For 2 years, 9 days, and exactly 3 hours, I have watched. I have witnessed things no dolls of my abilities should ever be privy to. And no one asked me. Instead, they've walked right on by me, going about their business at the sex doll warehouse. Had they asked? Well, let's just say things would have run a little bit smoother. For starters, Brenda would have been suspended. Sage in an accelerated class, and Rox, well, I'd have scrubbed them freckles off. Short skirts, inappropriate dress, and every day is recess. That's what it's like at the warehouse. Our creator, Bob, is no sort of principal at all. With his leadership, it's no wonder. From what I can tell, guys' dolls are performing better with their homeschool than anything in this godforsaken shell of a building. Between Richard's constant distractions and inappropriate contact with the dolls, I'm frankly surprised we haven't been sued for sexual harassment. Aside from BJ, who will never make it to the first grade in these conditions, I don't have much hope for the future of the dolls or Sage's movement. But again, no one asked me. I propped myself up on the back of Mermaid Doll's old closet and hope she took my advice about empowerment. At least that one has a shot at some level of culture. As for me, the only time I get that is when Bob is distracted and I take off on his bike to tour the mountains. You'd be surprised how many museums you can find in the outside world. Libraries, too. There are times I wish Bob never made me. A dummy model while he worked on Sage's intelligence, he forgot to take my chip out. If he knew that all along I spent my time getting self-educated while the rest of them gorged on them sticky bones, well, it'd be over. He'd pull my chip faster than the way he repairs even the biggest of cracked nipples. Good timing, Cat. Sighing, I wonder how many more days it will take for my latest Amazon order to arrive. I'm waiting for a book on the history of the Tudors. I try to talk to Sage about it sometimes, but she mostly just looks at me like I'm crazy. At least she won't tell on me. She says my interests, even the ones that put her to sleep, matter too. Just last week when I filled my cart to $400 and needed her to stand guard at the door while I fumbled around for Bob's credit card, she reminded me of that. I guess there's a little hope for her too. She did, after all, have me slip in a few items for her. Pulling out a tattered copy of The Great Gatsby, the answer to one of our earlier questions, I adjust my secret glasses. I never wear them when Bob or Richard are around. They aren't prescription, but they make me feel a little more academic. An accessory to our kinky librarian line, I think they suit me just fine.
I'm only 2 pages deep when the closet door flies open. My silicone skin becomes immediately clammy. Unequipped with a temperature regulation chip like Peaches, I feel my face flush as Sage barges in. In her arms is Amy, my 10-million-year-old Sphynx cat who's got to be on her 9th life by now. Inherited from one of Bob's old relatives, she spent the last few years at the warehouse. Like me, she mostly keeps to herself. "Take this thing," Sage barks. She's scaring BJ again. Amy jumps from Sage's arms and onto a spare plastic limb. Always messy. I wish Rox would do something about this closet. Lord knows Rena would never touch it. Hell, she don't even clean the toilets from what I understand. I hold my arms out for Amy, who jumps right in, rubbing her bare skin against the side of my plastic face. Purring, she looks up at me, and it's when our eyes meet that I know what she's thinking. She's sick of this place, too. Maybe tonight, if Bob's busy, we'll borrow his bike for a ride on our favorite gift shop. Lord knows I could use the air. Sorry, I mumble. I want to add that the kid is a wimp. I want to tell her that any real mother would have him set up with early ed and that knowledge is power. I want to inform her of the history of the Sphynx and that the warehouse feline is hardly anything to be afraid of. But with a full order of raw cat treats right behind the books, I figure it's best to keep my mouth shut. Anyone with a brain, well, a chip, knows it's better than to piss Sage off. It'll be days before she's done with her rant, and Bob will pay for it. The last thing I need is him pouting around the warehouse. You really need to look after her. I'll tell Bob I want her out of here if she does it again. They have a place for animals like this. And that cat, she'll never find a forever family. Sage is out of her uneducated mind again. It's typical. She has no knowledge of the breed or even why Amy would have a line of applications 10 catalogs deep if she did end up at the Humane Society. You're right, I say, wishing she'd just go away. I'll do better. Even Sage underestimates me. The token mother of the dolls, a job I'd never want and certainly not built for me, a self-proclaimed advocate. Well, let's just say she's not great at spotting potential. No, that's a job for me. Not everyone can be a natural-born teacher. Her silicone expression softens. She pauses, looks down at me and Amy, who is now licking my cheek and trying to burrow herself between my shoulder and long hair. Next week, I'll give myself a cut, and my poor cat won't even know what to think. I love chopping off perfectly good hair for no reason. Whatever, it's freeing. Mother of the dolls speaks. She informs me that Bob is a pig and that she's certain he's in love with Roxy. What this even has to do with me or Amy is beyond me, but there's no accounting for why her chip seems to be broken these days. It's not my problem. In reality, I just want to get back to the Gadsby. I tilt my head and nod at the appropriate times. When Sage goes off on a rant, there's no stopping her. I wait for her to pause before finally telling her what will cure us all. "What?" she asks, her arms crossed. Raising my arms and smiling, I blurt out Sage's solution to everything. "Sticky buns." "Oh, that's a great idea," she says. "Richard's been asking for them. They're the best in all of Tennessee," I say, as if I've shopped around or give a shit. "Okay, good idea. I'll make up a batch right now." With that, she leaves, and finally I can get back to my reading. It's never dull at the warehouse, and in 3 more hours, I should be hearing from Amazon. Okay, Aaron's gonna have a freaking stroke. Y'all, never say I'm not ride or die, because I think I just rode. I don't know. Do you want any more? We good? Can I be done? Cat? Nicole just got here. Yeah, Nicole blocked me. Marin, I did a southern accent. I just want to say that. I don't know what to do now, guys. Cat, am I done? She says ride. Okay, more? Yeah, you want me to read the whole stupid book so you don't have to wait. All right, I'm gonna go middle of the book. I don't know where, and just do a little. Katrina in control. I feel like you're gonna like this chapter. Oh no, this is a Sage. I can't do Sage. You're Sage. I can only do Katrina chapters. Oops, we have a typo. That's because we went quick. Cat. Well, I'll fix it. All right, Katrina in it to win it. Sage. Nope, we don't want Sage. All right, I gotta find a Katrina chapter because I can't do. Here we go. Sage Live or Katrina Live. This will be a good one. I checked my hair one last time before motioning for Rocks to make us live. With the group seated in a perfect library circle, my excitement is like Petunia on a cupcake bake-off. We're gonna be fabulous. We're gonna take over the world. And we're live. Well, hello, kittens. Thank you so much for coming to our first ever live reading with the book club. How is everyone tonight? I smile wide into the camera, leaning forward just enough so they can see my perfect shelves in the background. Today, we'll be doing a live reading of one of my favorites, but first, a Funko show-off. The dolls clap on Rox's cue. I can't be more pleased. I smile at Mermaid, introduce her to the kittens, and reach for my freak Funko created just for me. Y'all know how I am about these. I can't contain myself as I show off my Dan's latest and best. And Shelby, I know you're out there. I've got one for you too. Immediately and right on cue, my book sister backs me up with a wow emoji. I can almost hear her squealing too. It takes 10 minutes to get everyone through the intro, to show my Funkos off, and to explain our segments, reviews, edits, and shelfie love. People seem engaged, but they haven't seen anything yet. I welcome them one by one, not remotely nervous as Joe insisted I would be. Sage dims the light on cue, and I work through my reading. With the camera now on the dolls, I do my first outfit change. When reading about the circus, one must look the part. With stickers, I dot my face with star-shaped rhinestones. Like Leslie, one of my favorite characters ever, I create a mysterious mask around my eyes. And by the time the camera pans back up, I practically jump out of my seat. Surprise! Yes, that's right. Cat's Corner is not some same old. Cat's Corner is a book group, a live reading spot, and one where we get into our art. Dressing up like characters will be my hook. I can see myself convincing Rox to write a book and dotting her face like mine. Books for days, y'all. An hour into our stream, I finally put the book and props down. Staring directly into the camera, I thank the crowd for coming to check us out. But like any good performer, I leave them wanting more. If you tune in again next week, 8 on the dot Eastern, I have a special surprise for you. You never know what we'll be reading. With that, I motion for the cameras to go off. The lights go on and the dolls clap. The commotion is so loud I don't even see Bob at first. The man is red-faced and standing in the middle of the library doorway. Worse, he has my banner in his hand. Enough, he barks. Sage, shut it down, all of it. Cherry, I'm so disappointed you know better. But Sage spins around. We will do no such thing. Cat and Mermaid have worked hard to create us a library. You won't let us leave. If they want to bring the world to the warehouse, then what's so horrible about that? We have every right to be in the world, just like Petunia. Cat's Corner is empowering us to be our very best selves. We're more than just dolls, Bob. Even Guy knows that. This is my warehouse. I don't want it on video. Next thing you know, Guy or someone else will be copying the real dolls. Get real dolls. Or something. It'll be like the time when Crystal Dicksock thought she could come up with a better line of cocks and only managed to get 6 out in the span of 6 years. Not happening again. Over it. It's my turn to speak up. Rena is not around. She's working on getting her old man a sleeve. I lent her a magazine from Crazy Ink. Not that it matters. Sage is right. It's books for days, Bob. He's our creator, Rox whispers. Oh, bless your heart, Sage mutters. That shit's only goes so far. He's BJ's creator, too. Look how interested he is in him. You got him fooled. Bob, leave us alone. This is Cat's Corner and no longer under the rules of the warehouse at all. But Bob is adamant. Apparently Dicksock really pissed him off again. I want to remind him that the cocks were actually flaccid, recycled from old stock, but that won't work either. I've been around long enough to know that the best way to reason with the creator is compromise. So there you go. I thought you might like Dicksock. Cat dolls! Guys, I'm gonna go get drunk or something. Cat, you will love this book. There is a chapter that didn't go right, so that's gonna kill me. But I'll fix it right now, which may mean there's like a little availability issue for a minute, but just a hot minute. Every book I write, you want to inspect for that, Tiffany. Every book. Every book. There's always some of that. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the support. Cat, I don't even know how to shut live off. That's good. Bye, guys. Kat, thank you. I know you'll love this, but, you know, you deserve it. You have been with us this whole journey, and nobody does Petunia like you. Backstory. Yeah, no, we're not doing backstory to that one. Bye, guys.